Yo, John Jones, Conor McGregor, not on the UFC White House card. Are you excited about the UFC White House card? Were you sold on a dream that this card was going to be more than what you could imagine? And come to find out that is nothing less than what you told. Did Dana White overhype this particular card? Let's talk about it. Plus, Keith Thurman versus Sebastian Fundora goes down in 2 weeks. Not only that, we got some massive NFL trades that we can talk about right here. Likeable Dialogue.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
Oh, man. So, first off, for starters, let me be the first one to tell you that I'm a casual when it comes to the UFC. I'm a casual. I'm going to be 100. I'm not going to fake you. I'm not going to do any of the above. I'm a casual when it comes to the UFC. But I've been watching it. And I know big fights go down every weekend with the UFC. I know this, right? Big fights all the time with the UFC. However, what I've noticed is that I was sold on a White House card that is eventually is subpar to what actually is going to take place. Give me 1 second. Let me read this, guys. I got this tech guy online. So give me 1 second. It says the credits automatically stores regard of viewership. The difference is related to the performance, practice quality. Blah, blah, blah. All right, wait. Long as they restore my credits. All right. So back to the UFC. UFC, man. I'm really disappointed at the White House card. We was told that John Jones, some of the heavy hitters was going to be on this White House card. That's what we was told. Now, like I said, I'm going to be the first to tell you that I am a casual when it comes down to the UFC. I'm a casual. But we were sold on a dream that the UFC was going to have the biggest names of them all. Yes, they got some big names on the UFC White House card. Yes, they do. But they're not fighting the people that we thought that they were going to fight. And I understand that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. I get it. It's a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. But this UFC card was supposed to have none other than the baddest man on the planet on there. We were supposed to have the baddest man on the planet on this UFC card, but in actuality, we don't have the baddest man on the planet on this UFC card. HG, my boy. Hand grenade, I need your help with this discussion tonight, my brother. So if you want me to send you a link, you could or you could just call in on the phone. You ain't gotta show your face. But I need your help tonight with this man, because I thought about you, my boy. My boy HG says the White House card is freaking trash. You can tell Dana is no longer running the UFC. He's just an employee now. Damn. Yo. And what's so crazy about that? Ronda Rousey said the same thing, that Dana White is not in charge of the company no more. And you can see that he's not running it no more because you can see the matchups that we're getting. Now, I'm going to go on a limb again, and I'm going to say this once and for all again. Yes, I am a casual when it comes to the UFC. I'm learning it. But as a casual, I was sold on the fact that we were going to get the hottest UFC card ever. But we are not getting the baddest UFC card. We're getting a subpar card. We were supposed to have the baddest man on the planet, Jon Jones. We're not getting it. If the UFC can go and give a guy that is mid-level, not to the height of a Jon Jones, $15 million for one fight, who is absolutely trash, Conor Ben, Conor who, Conor when, Conor trash, but they can't give Jon Jones, Mr. Bones himself, who put on many of a clinic. They can't give Jon Jones $30 million. I get it. UFC is going to take a pay cut because it's not in a stadium. They're not going to have thousands of fans. I get it. But Dana White sold us on this card that we were going to get none other than Jon Jones himself. Shout out to Cleveland Grant 93-91. My boy say Jon is retired. I get it. But we was supposed to get Jon Jones himself, though. Dana sold us on it. Dana White sold us on this card. So it's only right that a guy like me, now again, Cleveland Grant, I don't know if you new to the channel. I think I seen you before here on the channel, man. But anyway, welcome to the channel. But again, I'm gonna be straight up with you, Cleveland, that I am a casual with the UFC. I'm keeping it 100 with you, Cleveland. I am a casual when it comes to the UFC. But I've been watching it for a little bit of time, so I'm not all the way up to date on it. But what I do know is that I was sold on this card that Jon Jones, probably Tom Aspinall, all of these big hitters was going to be on this card. Yes, I know I'm a casual, but I was sold that all of these heavy hitters was going to be on this UFC card. But unfortunately, all these heavy hitters that I was told that was going to be on this card is not on this card. Shout out to that boy DT out there making that money out there. My boy say, I'm convinced UFC has an issue creating new stars. They lean on certain names heavy. They do. Hey guys, and let me know if you guys cannot hear me, okay? Because my microphone is sort of kind of like pushed away. So let me know if you guys having any issues with hearing me, okay? I want to make sure you guys can hear me because I went back and I watched my last podcast that we did, because sometimes I go back because I be having so many topics that I be want to talk about and I be forgetting to mention them. So when I went back and I watched the last podcast that we had, I was like, damn, I forgot to mention this. And then I noticed that the audio wasn't all the way clear. So please, guys, let me know if the audio isn't clear so we can get that audio clear. But DT says, I'm convinced UFC have an issue with creating new stars. They lean on certain names heavy. They do. And it's like a repeating cycle with them. Like they keep getting the same names to fight over and over again. Cleveland says, Dana has lost his touch with his fighters. Number one, we can hear you. Shout out to Cleveland. So Cleveland, my brother, make sure you press that subscribe button. And everybody that is watching right now, please go do me a favor and go and press that like button so we can get into the viewership of other people that might like this sort of kind of content. But here's the thing with Dana White. I even like researching this topic and just overhearing this topic like over and over again. Even Conor McGregor is frustrated with the UFC White House card. He's like, Why can't I be on this White House card? But they want him for the international card. But this is the card that you promised us about. This is the card that you told everybody that this is going to be the biggest, the baddest, the whatever the biggest, the baddest, the boldest card that we ever going to see is the White House card. This is the once in a lifetime opportunity for me. I've never seen nothing like this. So, and for me as a casual that is watching the UFC, I'm going to put that out there again. As a casual watching the UFC, I was looking forward to seeing Tom Aspinall because I know who Tom Aspinall is. Tom Aspinall said they reached out to him. He heard nothing. Shane O'Malley just probably recently was talked to about being on the UFC White House card, but guess what? It wasn't against the person that they asked him, who do you want to go up against on this White House card? He provided the name, they gave him somebody else. The matchmaking in UFC, a lot of people is questioning it. A lot of people is questioning it because why aren't people being able to fight the fighters that they want to fight? You saying that that's the biggest problem in boxing. Dana White saying the problem is none of these fighters, the biggest and the baddest fighters, don't want to fight each other in boxing. But yet, you're doing the same thing in the UFC. Shane O'Malley good, but Jon Jones is better. And then you got your star. It's like football. You got your star receiver and Conor McGregor who's saying, I want to be on this card, but yet they want me to be on the international card. So the question that I'm going to propose to you guys tonight, and I like the question that DT put out there. When he says he convinced that UFC have an issue with creating new stars. They lean on certain names heavy. Do you guys agree with that? Because I sort of kind of agree with that. Alex Pereira. We've seen the same Shane O'Malley. We've seen these same people over and over and over and over again. Give me somebody new. As a casual, I kind of agree with him. DT says, yeah, Cleveland, them boys looking at them Zofa deals. My boy say, Dana has lost his touch with his fighters. The fighters want more money, but Dana don't want to pay them. But DanaWhite messed up when he went at Conor Ben with a $15 million offer. Is that what we doing now? You cannot convince me that Conor Ben is worth $15 million for one fight. Yeah, he fought on Netflix before. Yeah, that was cool and Danny. But Conor Ben, we've known Conor Ben for being a cheat in the sport. Allegedly. But here's the thing. Conor Ben is not known more than Jon Jones. If Tom Aspinall himself can come out and say, yo, everything that I've been through with Jon Jones is worth $30 million or whatever he's asking for. He's worth it. Give the man the $30 million, put him on a White House card. And Jon Jones came out with a tweet. Let me see if I can find that tweet because I did take a screenshot of that tweet. I hate when I do this. When I take screenshots of stuff, I can't find it. I took a screenshot of a tweet that Jon Jones did. Here it is right here. Let me get it to the channel. Where he talked about him having arthritis or whatever the case may be, arthritis in his hip, or whatever the case may be, right? Let's get that image, let's get that tweet up from John Jones, Mr. Bones himself. And we're going to read this tweet because they apparently they reached out to him and they just sort of kind of left it at that. They couldn't come to an agreement. Here's the tweet from John Jones himself. Hey, everyone. I want to address Dana White's comment from the past weekend because the truth matters to me and the fans. Dana, you were heated about why I'm not on the White House card. But let's be clear, something's up. My team and I were actually negotiating with the UFC for the fight. Real negotiations. I've even came down from my original number, which was said to be 30 million. I was lowballed. Oh, I came down from my original number, and what was I offered in return? I was lowballed. This is what John Jones had to say, guys. Yes, I have arthritis in my hip, and it's painful, but that doesn't mean I can't fight. So let's get this straight. This is what John Jones had to say for the people that is just now tuning in. So let's get this straight. If I had accepted the lowball offer, suddenly my hip would be fine and I'll be on the White House card. That doesn't make sense. I even received stem cell treatment last week to get ready for the White House card. And training camp was scheduled to start today. I was preparing to be ready. I understand business deals fall through sometime, but going out publicly and saying things that aren't true isn't right. After everything I've given to the UFC, the years, the title defenses, the fights, the hearings, I'm done. It's disappointing, especially as recently as Friday. UFC calling me, trying to get me on that White House card for a much lower number. If it's the UFC truly feels like I'm done, then respectfully, I ask to be released from my contract today. Nothing more spins, no more spins, no more games. Thank you, real fans. Who knows what's up? Hey, John Jones seems like a person who was ready to be on the White House card. But it looks like he put an offer and then they lowballed him with another offer. So it ultimately comes down to, was it that John Jones couldn't fight because of the arthritis? Or is it because he didn't accept the lowball offer that you offered this guy? But yet, you can go offer Conor Ben, who is trash, who is garbage, who is just despicable, a fight to fight Regis Prograis for $15 million. I really hope Regis Prograis is training right now. And I really hope Regis Prograis go out there and beat the HELL out of Conor Ben. And I'm going to tell you right now, I will not be tuning in to that fight. I would not. My boy DT says Conor Ben would not have got that deal anywhere else. He was not, because he's a support fighter. He come out lightning and striking and with the energy, but then all of that dwells as the rounds go on. He beat it a dehydrated, depleted guy on Netflix, Chris Eubanks. Chris Eubanks was depleted, but you didn't want to run it back because it's 1-1. He demolished you the first fight, Conor. You know it. HG, my guy, man. Shout out to HG. HG, man, I need you to stick with me on this topic tonight, my guy. There's no real fighters in the UFC who's Dana going to make into a star attraction, global icon, no character or villains personalities. This generation of fighters suck. Shout out to the HG. Cleveland says, right, low balling fighters. But you give Conor Ben a fight, which is just you give Conor Ben a fight in which I just cannot understand because Conor Ben is just garbage. The big question here I have for you guys is, why are the two biggest names in MMA not on this card? And we discussed it. It's because they don't want to pay them. This is the biggest card, the most historic card. Forget about UFC 100. Forget about UFC 200. This is the biggest card. So many eyeballs is gonna be on this card because they fighting at the White House, on the White House lawn. The White House within itself is historic. Come on, man. Fans expected huge stars like Jon Jones and Conor McGregor to headline. Jon Jones, the baddest man on the planet. Jon Jones is still considered by many the GOAT of MMA, and he is not on this card. Tom Aspinall went out on a record, on a limb to say, out of everything that I've been through with Jon Jones, he deserved to be on this card. I'm a casual, and I'm disappointed that Jon Jones is not on this card. Dana, you lied to me. You lied to the people. Yes, I'm a casual. But I understood this card, and I kept my eye on this card, and I said, this gonna be the baddest card. The UFC going to the White House. Woo! Ric Flair. But yet, we don't have the baddest man on the planet on this white card. You have superstars and Ronda Rousey saying that this White House card suck, and Dana White knows this White House card suck. People are calling you the employee. Dana, you got some plug in this UFC card fight. You do. You got some authority in this, Dana. You have to go out there and pull them people to the side and say, hey, look, this is what these people are saying. We still got time to go and redo this card to make it the biggest, the baddest, whatever. It's going to top numbers either way because it's on the White House and everybody is going to watch it because it's on the White House. So the numbers, it's still going to be through the roof. But you got a guy in Tom Aspinall who did the Trump dance, his last fight, pointed at Trump, did the Trump dance, and wanted to be on that White House card, begged you. But the matchmakers, I'm not going to blame Dana. I'm going to blame the matchmakers. The matchmakers couldn't somehow figure out how to get Jon Jones on this card. Very disappointing. Very, very, very disappointing. I'm going to tell you that much. Dana, Hand Grenade says, Dana with Turkey. So, of course, Zuffa is paying boxers top dollar. Zuffa is Dana's company, and the UFC is not anymore. TKO, it's the same TKO is the same company that bought the UFC, which is over WWE. Nick Khan, all of them, like they the same people. But TKO, what are we doing? GT says, personally, I'm not a fan of the White House thing. This is very tacky to me. I agree. But I won't indulge into like political views and stuff because I don't like to talk about politics on the channel. But I agree with what you're saying. But we got it. So we just have to talk about it. HG says, Conor's trying to rejuvenate his contract because a lot of his money come from pay-per-view deals, and that's no longer available. Dana said he offered John 15 and John wanted more for the White House event. Yeah, he offered him 15, but how can you can't offer him 15 when y'all giving Conor Ben 30 million, 15 million. You got to at least give John 20. 25. You got to give John Jones at least 20, 25. Got to. And it's all because of Conor Ben, man. Conor Ben messed up a lot. Conor Ben messed up a lot of things because we should be getting John Jones on this card. John Jones supposed to be on this card. Conor McGregor supposed to be on this. This is supposed to be the biggest, the baddest, the whatever. This is supposed to be that. And we're not getting that. We're not getting that. John Jones is considered to be the GOAT to many. Heavy dominance in his legacy. Contract negotiations could take a factor as to why he couldn't get this done. True. Injury or timing as to why he couldn't get this done. True. But as he stated, had he took the low ball offer, would the injuries be a situation as to why he's not being in this card? Had he took that low ball offer, maybe he would have been in this card. Yet Conor McGregor is still the biggest draw. But like my boy HG says, pay-per-view is no really longer a thing. It's streaming is the new thing. You know? I don't know, man. This really like frustrates me, man. But all I can say is this really do frustrates me. But I really do think that John Jones, Conor McGregor should have been on this card. But like, you know, yeah, we got Sean O'Malley, Alex Pereira, but they not fighting the people who we think that they should have been fighting for this card to be top notch. You know what I'm saying? John Jones became the youngest UFC champion at age of 23. Jones has held the titles at lightweight and heavyweight. Many of his wins against former champions and elite fighters. So why wouldn't you give a guy like John Jones the opportunity to be on this card, especially when you have fighters that are campaigning for this guy to be on that same card? I don't know, man. It's this whole situation with Dana White and the UFC is just really, really tricky. I thought this UFC card was going to be good. I think I got Ronda Rousey. Let me see if I have that Ronda Rousey clip. And she pretty much broke it down and said that, you know, I don't have it. Damn, I thought I had it. I mean, I can go in there and screen share it to y'all, but I don't have it. At least I don't see it on this computer. Well, I mean, but you know, look at Francis Ngannou. He making more money in boxing. He says he say people want to talk about legacy. What is legacy? If I'm not putting food on the table for my family, if I'm not putting food on the table for putting my kids through school, what's legacy? Fighting for cheap or getting paid? I'm in boxing and he taking care of his family. Francis Ngannou. He's doing his thing in boxing. So, like HG says, I think what Jake Paul is doing with the fight that's coming up, the MMA fight with Ronda Rousey and them coming up, I think a lot of people, when they finish up their contract, or if they can legally get out of their contract somehow, they gonna be on Jake Paul's side, getting that big bag. I heard Sean O'Malley today, like I was watching an interview with him today. He was saying, man, I don't really want to talk bad about the UFC. You know, I want to have a great relationship with the UFC, but I do want to get paid. But I don't want to piss the UFC off because that's where he getting paid from. I get it. Some people don't want to piss them off, but y'all gonna have to boycott the UFC or something to get that paper, because you see people that has like sort of kind of retired from the UFC or walked away from the UFC. They are making more money than all the guys combined at the UFC that fight on one card. What Jake Paul is doing with the MMA card on Netflix, hey, that's going to be something to see. And it's going to be for the future of future MMA fighters. I don't know how many fights Conor McGregor got left. I think he got 2 on his deal. If I was Conor, I'd just get in, fight them 2 fights, get out, go to Jake Paul. Because the type of level, like to me, Conor McGregor, he's a big talker. He's a seller. He reminds me of Adrian Broner. Like Adrian Broner will sell the hell out of you with this bottle of water. Adrian Broner will sell the hell out of me with this bottle of water. But then when it comes down to it, the taste of this water might not be so good. And that's who Conor McGregor sort of kind of reminds me of. Like, he reminds me like he'll sell the fight, but he might lose. He might, and you never know what's going to come up. But I don't know if the injuries are stacking up or what, but I just feel like really and truly, this card should be better than what it is. This card should be better than what it is. And as a casual, I'm not impressed. As Tom Aspinall, he's not impressed. Ronda Rousey, she's not impressed. The analysts that are true UFC fans are not impressed. The fans are not impressed. HG himself is not impressed with this fight card. As my boy said, this White House card is trash. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people is not impressed with this White House card, but you know, that just is what it is, man. A lot of people is just not impressed with this White House card, man. You know what I mean? But we're going to move the topic on, move this topic right along, right? Because I don't know, we still got time to come. So maybe as time go on, they might can add and tweak a couple of fights or fighters or whatnot, but we need to see. So I don't know. We'll just move right along.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
All right. May the 28th is coming up, guys. And we got the one and only Keith one-time Thurman going up against Sebastian Fundora. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. Fundora is not really taking Keith Thurman lightly, but Sebastian Fundora is on Keith Thurman's head. That boy Adam Hurley. What up, Adam? Dang, bro. I think you've been here before, man. I ain't seen you in a minute, man, but good to see you back, though, my boy. I think you've been here before, man. That name really looks familiar. But my boy Adam Hurley says, I was asking myself today, will Canelo ever be a fake champion again? Dang, that's crazy. That boy say, will Canelo ever be a fake champion again? I don't know. Will he ever be a fake champion again? He's coming back, but we just have to see if he's going to be a fake champion again, man. Just got to see. He's going to be a fake champion again. But moving along, though, man, Keith Thurman versus the one and only the tall tree guy himself, Sebastian Fundora, ladies and gentlemen. This particular fight got me scared because although I like Keith Thurman, this is a tall task. And let me tell y'all something, right? Y'all know Spence is my favorite guy, right? I feel like they feeding Sebastian Fundora, Keith Thurman, to see if he can beat Sebastian Fundora, and then they give the title shot to Earl. Like, that's what I'm thinking in my mind. But it's a tall task. And if he lose, they got to give him a rematch. They just can't write him off. So, I don't know. That's going to be interesting to see. Here's what Sebastian Fundora had to say. Everybody calling Keith Thurman an OG, right? But this is what Sebastian Fundora had to say. OGs aren't really in this sport anymore. Sebastian Fundora on Keith Thurman. That is what he had to say when they kept saying about OGs this and OGs that. My boy HG said, yeah, these fighters are contractors and know they're signing up for, and the salary their employee pays. You can't cry about the contract signed and negotiated. Can you? That is true. Yeah, I've been here before, my guy. Used to watch you a lot, man. Tap back in. Turn that notification bell back on, Adam. My boy say, if Thurman KOs Fundora, then a Thurman versus Spence would be dope. Yup, for sure. Yo, Adam, turn that notification bell on, my boy. My boy DT say Thurman was good back in 2018. He is way too slow now. And that's the question. That's why they was calling Keith Thurman an OG. That's why they was calling him an OG, because they are basically saying like, yo, Keith Thurman, you was one of the greats. And if Sebastian Fundora beats you, how would that make Sebastian Fundora resume? Sebastian, will you feel good to have Keith Thurman, a W over Keith Thurman on your resume? He was just like, he's just like another fighter. I've fought world champions before. Sebastian Fundora doesn't seem like he's faded by Keith Thurman. And Keith Thurman, you got a tall task ahead of you. Sebastian Fundora is a dog. And so many people overlook him because he's tall and he's sort of kind of skinny. But this dude can fight. Sebastian Fundora is a dog. He's an animal. And come March the 28th, Sebastian Fundora going to come, bro. Sebastian Fundora is I mean, Keith Thurman better get ready, bro. Like, I like Keith Thurman, but Sebastian Fundora, it's like, where you gonna run? You run on the other side of the ring. Sebastian Fundora arm length is just about that long, and he can from across the ring. So, I mean, unless they got a big ring size, I'm wondering about the ring size too now, because Keith Thurman gonna be doing a lot of moving around. So I wonder if Sebastian Fundora ready for that. But Sebastian Fundora is a dog, man. I'm not gonna lie to you though, man. He's a dog. He's a dog. He's a very, very great fighter. And he can fight you from different ways, inside, outside. He's a dog. March the 28th can't come fast enough. I'm telling y'all. My boy DT say, KO Fundora. Yeah, right. I have Thurman connecting under 40 hits. Bro, I'm telling you, I like Keith Thurman. But I don't know. I think Sebastian Fundora might take this one. Sebastian Fundora gonna take this one, bro. You already get. That's my pick. My boy say, it's Fundora's size I'm worried about, but he's a good fighter too. Although I'm impressed with Thurman. Yeah, I'm impressed with Thurman too, man. But Thurman is a good fighter, tremendous fighter. Can't take it away from him. He's been in some of the toughest wars with some of the top dogs, but he's taken off like a damn near a 5-year layoff. So can we really continue to give him credit for what he did damn near 5 years ago? I know he just recently came off of a win in Brock Jarvis, You know what I mean? But I feel like I would be more in tuned into Thurman if Thurman would have remained fighting when it came to Sebastian Fundora getting hurt. Like if he would have kept on training. But to me, I felt like had he kept on training from when they first canceled the fight, just train until now, I feel like he probably would have had a better chance. But Thurman sort of, to me, I don't know. I know he mentioned like, don't worry about how many bowls of ice cream I had, champ. I just feel like Thurman should have kept training, because Sebastian ain't no joke, man. Had you like a little mini count, and then I feel like Thurman is good. Thurman is a dog. You can't overlook Thurman. But goddamn, that Sebastian Fundora. That dude is brutal. Man, he made Tim Tszyu sit his ass down in a corner. Man, let me see if I still got that video on this computer, y'all. He made Tim Tszyu go sit down in a corner and quit on the stool. Bro quit on the stool. Let me see if I got that video, man. He didn't even come out his corner, bro. So, I mean, this is a tough guy, man. This is a tough guy. He is. And let me see if this is it. Nope, that's not it. Hold on, yeah. I really want to know if I got that video still, because I ain't got it. I got rid of it. I got rid of a lot of videos, so I don't have that video. My boy Adam says Thurman probably should have taken a warm-up. He probably should have taken a warm-up, man, but y'all wilding. Thurman is cooked. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Thurman is cooked. That's what I'm saying. Like he's slow now. So DT, let me see, who do you got, bro? Do you got Thurman or Sebastian Fundora? Who do you got? So chat, put it in the chat. Who do y'all got? Do you got Thurman or do you got Sebastian Fundora? Put it in the chat. Tell me who y'all got, man. Because, even though Keith Thurman is a good fighter, Keith Thurman is a former unified welterweight champion. He held the WBA, the WBC welterweight titles. He has only one career loss against Manny Pacquiao, who I really felt like he really beat. But just because he got that knockdown, they gave it to freaking Pacquiao. Pacquiao, to me, didn't really beat Keith Thurman, because Keith Thurman came back strong. But because Pacquiao was the bigger name, they gave it to Manny Pacquiao. Thurman was once considered the best welterweight in the world. Craig. But here's some of the things that Keith Thurman had. But now we don't know if he still got it. Thurman had the speed, the power, and the great ring IQ. And y'all remember me saying that? I don't know, but it just seems like to me Sebastian Fundora is just not bothered by Keith Thurman. He's just like, yeah, well, we'll see what happens, but I'm not worried about that. That doesn't bother me. Is it because he felt like Keith Thurman then missed his prime, his peak? Keith Thurman is no longer a threat. But I think Keith Thurman is banking on one shot to the dome to knock him down. Shout out to that boy, DT, with the $2 super chat. Shout out to DT with this $2 super chat. My boy DT said, my question is, does Fundora end Thurman's career? And I'm going to go on a limb and say, possibly. Possibly. I'm going to go on a limb and say, possibly. That is the question of the night right there. My question is, does Fundora end Thurman's career? I'm going to go on a limb and say, yes, possibly. We've seen how bad he beat Tim Zoo, he beat that dude enough to sit down in the corner and not to come out the corner. We seen this. He broke that man's spirit. He broke that man's demeanor. He broke that man's fighting effort. No matter how hard Tim Zoo came at Sebastian Fundora kept his feet on the gas and was able to continue to beat Tim Zoo enough that this dude quit on the stool. Tim Zoo was once a guy who we thought was great. He beat this dude. Beat the brakes off of him. So to answer DT question, does Fundora end Thurman's career? God damn. I think Sebastian Fundora do. Thurman is gonna be in for a quick awakening. I just feel like Thurman is going. Y'all mark my words. Remember this shit now. When we watch this fight on March the 28th, I want y'all to hold me accountable. Thurman is going to utilize that ring and he's going to tire his ass out. He's going to use that ring and he's going to get tired. And he's going to be banking on this right here. Going over the top to try to connect on Sebastian Fundora's jaw to try to get him down. Shout out to DT with that $2.
Shout out to Likeable Dialogue.
I appreciate that, man. Sebastian Fundora, what is he known as? He's known as the Towering Inferno because he's tall as hell, lengthy as hell, all that. He stands around 6'5", extremely tall for his division. Despite his height, he likes to fight in the inside and throw a lot of punches. His style makes one of the most awkward fighters to face. Fundora is one of the most unique fighters in boxing today. 6'5" fighter in the weight class is something you almost never see. I got a picture of his sister who's fighting this weekend. Gabriella, who's fighting this weekend. And look how she's standing over her. Look how she's standing over her opponent. I'm finna share this picture. Look how Gabrielle is standing over. Like the height itself is just unimaginable. It's just crazy, man. Look how Gabriella, who we'll talk about probably sometime this week, probably tomorrow. Look how she's standing over her opponent, and imagine how the height advantage that Sebastian Fundora have over his opponent. I might have missed. Oh, did y'all see that Tim Zoo is fighting somebody else? He not fighting Earl Spence. Yeah, he not fighting Earl Spence, man. PBC, I don't know what's going on with Spence. He said he come back when he's ready, but I guess he's not ready. So we'll be patiently waiting for that announcement. But I think they're waiting to see what happened in this Thurman fight. Damn, I thought I had the picture, but I don't have it. So I was trying to show y'all this picture of Gabriella standing over her opponent. But anyway, it's just crazy. Gabriella Fundora fights Saturday. She's 17-0. Yeah. She fights Saturday. Oh, I think I was looking. For some reason it's not letting me look at this. Hold on. I see something you send me, HG. Let me. It's not playing. Let me save it and then maybe it'll play if I save it. Like it won't even let me save it. It's not showing, HG. It says unsupported foul. I don't know. For some reason, it's saying unsupported foul. My boy say I would take Tim Zoo over Thurman. Ooh, so you're really, really, really not impressed with Keith Thurman at all. Shout out to that boy DT, man. He's not impressed with Thurman at all. Not one given bit. Not impressed with Thurman at all, man. Crazy. I mean, but that's good though. I mean, it's the truth though, man. You know what I'm saying? I had some videos I want to show y'all, man. I don't know where all my stuff. Crazy. I had a whole bunch of stuff I want to share with y'all. Oh, this is what Tom Aspinall. Oh, that's the Tom Aspinall thing I want to share with y'all too. Share that. Yeah, man. So I don't know, man. I don't know, man. The whole Keith Thurman situation. I feel like Keith Thurman, he's selling a fight. Keith Thurman is, but I just know that Sebastian Fundora just a dog, man. Says that boy make Pac-Man look fast. Damn, that shit crazy. Say he make Pac-Man look fast. That's crazy. All right, y'all. I want to share something with y'all that I wanted to share earlier. This was on the UFC topic, so let me find it. This was based off the UFC topic, but Tom Aspinall had to say, yo, agree DT Fedora stops Thurman and sends Keith into retirement. He does. Yo, HG, for some reason, that video that you sent, it wouldn't let me open it. You could try sending it again and I'll try to get it on for you. But it wouldn't let me get it. It wouldn't let me on. All right, y'all, look. Here's what Tom Aspinall had to say.
Wow. Well, my reaction to that, and this is going to probably be crazy to a lot of people listening, but why is the UFC not giving John the respect he deserves financially? That's crazy to me.
Do you feel like there's a growing sentiment?
For John?
No, that the fighters in the UFC aren't getting what they're owed.
Well, if anyone should be getting paid a lot in this sport, it should be John Jones for the stuff that he's done. And that's me. That's me saying that.
Yeah.
After the history.
So that's what Tom Aspinall had to say about John Jones. Tom Aspinall had that to say about John Jones. If anybody in the UFC should be getting paid anything, it should be John Jones for everything that he's done and contributed to the sport. And that's Tom Aspinall saying it. And after him and John Jones, they've been through whatever. You know what I'm saying? So if Tom Aspinall can say it, then damn it, we deserve John Jones on the White House card. You know, because look, after the White House card, they're not going to be really so excited to join the UFC on another card. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, man. But anyway, back on the Keith Thurman situation, right? So with Keith Thurman, man, I just feel like he's at an all-time low, man. I just feel like his best days is over. Keith Thurman best days is over, and I feel like Sebastian Fundora is going to win this fight. My boy DT says Eddie Learns say he nearly fell out the chair when he saw what Aspinall made in his UFC career. Yeah, he did say that. He said he would make 10x that in boxing. Yep, he did say that. With the level of star power he has, he did say that. But here's another thing. With Eddie Hearn, Okay, so since we back on MMA, so we're going to background. So since Eddie Hearn it signed like a management deal with Tom Aspinall, I wonder how would that affect Tom Aspinall's career? How would that affect Tom Aspinall's career? Like, that's the question that we got to ask ourselves too. Like, because you signed with my enemy, how can I negotiate a fight? Because them two really hate each other. It's bad blood between them because you signed my fighter, gave him $15 million. So, I mean, unless they can get Tom Aspinall out the contract, then other than that, I don't know, man. It's going to be interesting in the days to come, though. I tell you that much. That will be interesting. My boy HG, back on that Thurman topic. My boy HG says, Thurman is 37 years old, and since 2019, he had 3 fights, 2. That's true. But can Keith Thurman keep up, man? That's my only thing. Like, can he keep up? Like, will he have the stamina to keep up? That's my only thing with Thurman. Like, I just want to know, will he have the stamina to keep up? And can he keep up with a guy, Sebastian Fundora? We all got to agree. Like, so many people overlook Sebastian Fundora because he's tall and skinny. They'd be like, oh, man, a couple of punches to the body. Oh, he going down. But to like actually get in the ring with Sebastian Fundora and realize that Sebastian Fundora is really him. Sebastian Fundora is really him. He really him. And when I say that Sebastian Fundora is him, Sebastian Fundora is the guy, is that true 154-pound fighter. He's making people look like babies in the ring. Like, Sebastian Fundora, his height, his length, his jab, all of that is impeccable, and you cannot take that away from him. He goes in the ring and he bangs. And fighters, they look at him, they think they can just, knock him out because he's been knocked down before, but can you do the same thing that other person did? I think Keith Thurman can give him a challenge, but I feel like Keith Thurman is going to be focused on moving around the ring. And I feel like Sebastian Fundora is going to come on top. I just feel like he's going to come on top, man. That's my opinion. Sebastian Fundora is my pick. My pick. Take it how you want it. Sebastian Fundora might get a TKO. I'm just saying. Hey, what's up, guys? This your boy LD, the Kid, and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue. All right, guys. So I was gonna talk about some NFL trades, but I guess I can say those tomorrow. I was gonna talk about the Max Crosby thing, man. He back in. Hey, Max Crosby is back. HG, he's back. Oh, real quick, we can say this topic for tomorrow. But real quick, is Devin Haney and Rolly Romero fight still going to happen? It seems like it might be getting called off. Devin didn't like the fact that Rolly went on stream to say things about the fight. He didn't like it. One thing just happened, says, I did. Okay, y'all, look, this is what Boost Ennis just posted. Let me get this on. Boost Ennis just posted this on Twitter. Let me get this on for y'all. What Boost Ennis just posted on Twitter. It's not like I'm excited. I was excited for that fight anyway. To be honest with you, didn't nobody ask for that fight. They put that fight in our face and said, hey, y'all go for this fight. Don't nobody care about that fight. But anyway, this is what Boost Ennis had to say. I did everything in my power to make this fight happen for the fans. I waited long enough and I stayed quiet through it all. it looks like Virgil or his team really didn't want to fight. I came to this fight in his home. I came to his fight in his hometown and told him he was next. That was November. It's March and still nothing. It's time to move on. 2 divisions champion up next. I told y'all the truth was going to come to light. So that is what Boost Ennis had to say about Virgil Ortiz and his crew. But one thing that I would tell Boost Ennis is that it has nothing to do with Virgil Ortiz wanting to fight or whatnot. Even though you did everything in your power, it has everything to do with Golden Boy and Virgil Ortiz contract dispute. However that contract dispute is, it's that contract dispute. Maybe Golden Boy didn't want Virgil fighting you, but it's ultimately open to Golden Boy. And Golden Boy was saying that they wanted to make sure that he got the most money, the lucrative money, and made sure that he was the A side. So maybe it didn't have nothing to do with Virgil. It just probably has something to do with his promotional company. Maybe. You know what I'm saying? My boy HG says Kyler Murray went to the Vikings. Oh yeah, for a 1-year deal. I mean, I seen his name come up, but I didn't know what his name came up for. But yeah, I did see his name come up though. I did see his name did come up. And Kenneth Walker, man, he went to the Kansas City Chiefs. You know what I'm saying? He went to the Kansas City Chiefs. And he said that they have a winning culture. So that's why he went to the Kansas City Chiefs. But as far as Virgil Ortiz, ain't nobody, I mean, and Boost Ennis, I ain't gonna lie. I like Virgil, but I was not one of the ones that was looking for that fight. I just wasn't one of the ones that was looking for that fight. It is what it is, man. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. I appreciate y'all for tapping in. I'll see y'all again tomorrow. I'm gonna try to come on again at 5:30 tomorrow. So yeah, about 5:30 again tomorrow. I'm trying to get back to doing the early shows. That way, late nights, everybody can go do what they got to do. If the show go over 2 hours or so, it just goes over 2 hours or so. It just so happened that I have some things I have to take care of before 8 o'clock. So guys, I appreciate y'all, man. I want to say, man, to DT and Hand Grenade and everybody, man, I appreciate everybody for tapping in, man, because y'all got to realize, man, like I got a lot going on in my life too. You know what I'm saying? And then like I come on the channel, man. So it feels good to have people to come in and tap in and voice their opinions just like I'm voicing mine, man. So my channel is y'all channel. If y'all see something, always send it to me. Send me a DM. And I'm going to try to get it on the channel, man. So to do a full recap of what we talked about tonight was the Jon Jones situation. You know, it's disappointing not to see Jon Jones on this card. Disappointing to not see Conor McGregor on this card. Disappointing to see that this card is not actually living up to the expectations as it was promised to us. You know what I'm saying? So very, very disappointing. And a lot of people are saying DanaWhite is not over the company no more. He's just an employee. And TKO Holding Group, what are y'all going to do to fix this? Fans are disappointed. We were hyped up. And as a casual fan myself, I was hyped up to believe this was going to be the biggest, the baddest card of them all because it's going to be on the White House lawn. But no matter who the fighters are, I agree. The numbers is going to be astronomical. The numbers are going to be good because everybody going to be watching a fight on the White House lawn. The numbers is going to be the numbers. But although the numbers is going to be the numbers and the UFC is spending $60 million, could have gave a couple million to Jon Jones to get him on this card. Owed that money. Just owed that. You have fighters, when they're out of their contract, I truly believe a lot of these fighters want to go with MVP and Jake Paul because what Jake Paul is doing for the sport in the MMA, what he's about to be doing, and once these fighters see what Jake Paul is paying these fighters, for doing the same sport that they are in, and they're getting paid $500,000, $600,000, $100,000. To see that they're getting paid the money that they're getting paid versus the money that Jake Paul is about to be giving these people. All I gotta say is UFC, TKO, count your days. MVP might just become the new UFC fighting world. Count your days. I'm out here, guys. I'm your host, LD the Kid, and tuning into Likeable Dialogue. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. If you liked the content, go tell a friend to go tell a friend to go tell a friend to go tell a friend. Come check out our YouTube channel, Likeable Dialogue. Follow us on social media at Likeable Dialogue. Right? Thank you, guys. Hey guys, that part of the segment was called Subscriber Questions, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Don't forget to press the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed, and don't forget to press the like button so everybody can participate in that, right? Press the like button, please. That helps the channel grow, okay? And listen, don't forget to press that subscribe button. Great show. Thank you, guys. It's your boy LD, the Kid, and you tuning into Likeable Dialogue.
Press that subscribe button and stay tuned for more on Likeable Dialogue.
Likeable Dialogue. Hey, quick question though, man. I want to ask y'all a question, man. I know I was about to end the show. What do y'all think about this Virgil Ortiz and Boots in the situation? Like, my whole thing with the whole Virgil Ortiz and Boots situation is that we didn't really ask for this fight. Didn't nobody really ask for the Virgil Ortiz and Boots in his fight? Didn't nobody ask for it? The fight was given to us because the fight was given to us. Didn't nobody ask for this Virgil Ortiz versus Boots in his fight? I'm sorry. The fight was just given to us. Who asked for it? They put the fight in our face and said, hey, this is going to be the fight. Guess what we all did? We talked about it. Ain't nobody was excited for that fight. Wasn't nobody calling for that fight. We just wanted y'all to fight better competition. So y'all two was the better competition to fight each other. Ain't nobody thinking about that fight, man. That fight is no love missed from me. Virgil Ortiz and Boots fight. There's no love lost for me. I'm sorry. Just not. There's no love lost for me in that particular fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's just what I want to say and get off my chest, because there's no love lost for me in that particular fight, man. But the Thurman, Sebastian Fundora will be going down in 2 weeks. And we will be talking about it more as the weeks to come. Right now, I'm going with Sebastian Fundora. So, question is, who do you got?